Yo, one run, one run. A buck for the peace. Control the gunner while I speak to the beast. Beast! Campus Marcius rises in the east. Numb drum the block's hard. It burns the fire whilst I rap the game's shard. Kingdom becomes to lift ease. Seize! Campus Marcius rises in the breeze. Ease. What kind of language in a lane? I kinda hope for survival. I kind of languish in a lane. Oh, on the highway at night, I dream away so far away, to find love to fill my heart. I dream away so far away, but I can't reach that far. I hunt the hunter in the dark, hark, on the field of the prey. I hunt the hunter on the old black highway.
What's the road, man?
Spilled everywhere.
Oh my God, man! I'm getting paranoid again.
Freeze, relax, you're right.
Hell no, man! Watch, you think I'm high on drugs?
Freeze, I didn't know you did drugs.
I mean, of course I don't do drugs. Reeves hates drugs. But ask little rap guy. Every time, all the time, the police think I'm high on drugs. It's true. What'd he say?
I don't know, look. When we just would pull over, I said to little rap guy, I said to, not you, I said to Reeves, I said, at least you're not black. I didn't mean that. No. So, I want to talk about this. Now, my reaction when the lights came.
Sip, how come he called you guys out of the car but not me?
Listen, if he asks you this whole time, we're talking about the reaction I had with the lights. Okay? Because if I'm dead, if you tell him what I'm telling you, I shouldn't just. That's why I'd rather just talk about the light. But I'll tell you, you know that we're extorted off from different ways. We each came together from just extortion differently, and now me and Reeves are extorted to make the play with a lot of other people that are extorted to make the movie and stuff that aren't part of that. And you're in that list. So, but in other words, this guy recognized us because he's like one of the head guys with the judges, interbranch actors extorted. So he knows me through that.
Wait, what list am I on, though, Sip? I'm not on a list.
Look, you know there's judges, politicians, each branch of government with us in the play, extorted. We're not here because we're there because we're extorted to be there. We're pretending to be other. But you know that we're also trying to counter who's doing this to us through the organization we made. We all we measured out about over 30% of the town that we're doing the play in. So, that's with me and Reeves.
I'm the one who introduced you to Reeves, though.
Yeah, but if you remember, we had to agree on who we were going to pick first without letting them know and making it seem natural, and that was through our common extortion through Domingo. And that was planned,
Wait, so this is like one of the top guys trying to figure out who's extorting us. and he knows I'm not a part of that group though.
That's exactly what I'm saying. These are like one of the top guys that could put our lives away here and everything here. And we already had good relations because we're working with the guy, trying to figure out who's extorted, measuring. What I'm trying to say, you know about that. You know about that. But what I'm trying to say now, I stand out now. I stand out because already I'm from New York, and there's other guys and some women from New York that are with the play part extorted, and on the list with that you're on well, you know this, but this is not the place to talk about it. So if he comes here, asks you what we were talking about, because they already warned me not to talk about this. So listen, man. I mean, I'm not even say talk about it. I want to talk to you about the lights.
So this guy's in the gaming system then. He's well enough extorted that he can't tell on me, even if he knows that I'm in the movie part of it too then. Just like he can't tell on anybody making the play. Because of the way the value nature relationship system was extorted by original slavery, breaching method organized crime here. Still not let told. That entrenched here methodically before our founders' births. Can't tell our founders' story without explaining the recorded left and effectively exploited database illusions stacking tied to areas maintained breaching method against correlation nature each age of it. Wasn't prejudice. It would need us to call prejudice because it needed us to have no correlation, to have free speech, to have free religion, to have the means to tell. But they just write other. And they need that to be blamed on other and on others. They needed us divided. They needed us conquered.
Oh, look, if he comes here, if he asks what we were talking about, tell him what I was telling you about, the lights. And I want to talk about that exactly right now, the value nature system. The value nature system relationship to itself. And in other words, with humor, I can't even think now. Just tell him I'm talking to you about humor and how we're attached to the value nature system tactically ulterior from the real one. A value nature relationship to itself. Each value has not just each system. So in other words, we have markets positions that are a value nature system tactically alternative from the nature of free speech. So it's all abridged. Tactically ulterior, rather.
What did he say, Reeves? What did he say? Thank God, this is one of the guys being extorted with us, but I did not tell you that. Oh, man. What did he say, Reeves? He's gonna let me and Sep go, but I could drive your taxi back for you. What? I'm just kidding, man, because you're freaking me out, man. Like, this is one of the really smart guys that is extorted with us to make the play in the movies. But he's one of the guys with the plays, and you don't know about that. Reeves, I know about that. Man, you're freaking me out, man. You don't think you understand. I want to talk about the light. Man, real quick, I gotta tell you, if we get out of here, I'm going back to New York, man. I'm going back to movie with Gabriel. I'll just commute to the play. Master Sky was right. We need to cultivate the counter extortion of Mr. Armenia better.
like music and cars, spars. Boxing is singing of space. Campus Marcius reveals us as grace. Pace. Boxing is singing of space. Earth, waters, rain. Wipe the tears from your face. Boxing is ancient republics lost grace. Boxing is singing of space. Okay, so according to this extortionist, little rap guy, you know where we're going.
It's true.
Yeah, and in other words, when we get there, I'm supposed to tell you what the extortionist got me, the counter extortionist got me counter extorted on, and then they said you guys were supposed to tell me too about they know us three are going here tonight.
Just tell us now, Sip. Tell us now.
Okay, my thing, I'm not proud of it. I'm in a big, crazy, organized crime group. Maybe you heard of it, called the Black Pupils.
Yeah, Sip. Me, I too am in the Black Pupils. Oh, man, we're in the same gang, man.
Reeves, you were not in the Black Pupils. You were not in the. This is like. I mean, I guess we have. But this is like a black organized crime group. Reeves, you're not in the Black Pupils.
Yeah, man. I too am in the Black Pupils in a very high rank.
Oh, I can't stand it. We're all going to jail now. Reeves, you were not. Tell the truth, Reeves. You're really in the Black Pupils. Reeves, I'm a high-ranking general, 7th, 10th in the black Pupils. You don't even know what that means.
Oh my God, I know what that means because I too am a 7th, 10th general of the Black Pupils.
Okay, Reeves, then what is the distinction? Why are we called the 7th, 10th, a 7th, 10th general? If you're a 7th, 10th general, what does it mean?
I mean, why would I tell you? How do I even know you're in the Black Pupils?
Reeves, what are we doing here? And I thought you wanted us to tell it now.
That's right, my bad. A 7th, 10th general in the Black Pupils is someone that is with the good part of the Black Pupils and only quarter part of the way with the bad part of the Black Pupils that no one understands, or at least not us.
Okay, wait, it's true. It's true. How would you know that unless you were a general in the Black Pupils? But I'm a 7th general too. I mean, I'm a 7th, 10th general of the Black Pupils, and I would know about you. I would know about you, Reeves.
No, Sep, because I'm a 5/10 or 1/2 general. 5/10 with the way it is. But you don't know about me because I'm the one who invented the Black Pupils.
Oh, holy
Sep.
You're not even black, you guys. You guys aren't even black. How are you guys? I'm a high-ranking general in a black organized crime group. You're not even black.
That's the part the extortionists want me to explain to you, Sep. I had to explain to them. Back in the day, through boxing, I came up with the idea. Just make a group that would just be we were just gonna be the good part. The good part. You know, the good part became the bad part, and the bad part stayed locked to the good part. And so now the bad part is extorting the good part, and that's part of what the extortionists need us, the counter extortionists need us to do. In other words, so I'm only 5/10 because I'm the only. I'm with the part of the gang that never split off into the bad part. But we're the same international organized crime group. Set. Holy God. Each day, I think it can't get worse.
Okay, if you guys were really generals in the Black Pupils, you know the story about Black Jimmy. And that's totally other than our story is actually about, our gang. It's about Black Jimmy was the founder.
Seth, Black Jimmy was a guy who used to play chess. And I used to see him around, and I talked him into about making a game. 100 games. And we stacked the games for means. And it became into 100 gangs. Because the means, we figured out ways we could get money and then collect it and make it invested for a process to grow it. And we grew it and that's how, with the 100 gangs, we lost control of our original plan for what to do with the money, with the organization of the order. Little rap guy, you're trying to say that you're the founder of the Black Pupils. I co-founded it.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Black Jimmy and the secret founder, that's you. That's you, little rap guy. You're the secret founder of the Black Pupils.
Man, I knew me. We're 7/10, the high-ranking generals. And we would know if you were in the Black Pupils, little rap guy. Stop playing with us.
Anyway, if you were really the guy, if you were really the secret founder with Black Jimmy and the secret founder story, you would know. You would know the story.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's not the real story. And that story that is told, that's even a different Black Jimmy. That we named him that specifically for down the road. If they try to figure out who Black Jimmy is, they'll never figure out. That's a guy from the Bronx, but the real Black Jimmy's from Hartford. Oh my God, man! You just saying that because you don't even know the real Jimmy, the real Black Jimmy story. That's just you just probably even don't even know the popular version full. When you get to be a 5/10th general of the Black Pupils, they tell you the story about how Black Jimmy and about how a young person, and they figured out a way to use correlation and to use English grammar in the predicate act. About, in other words, the value of the predicate act and the value of correlation nature as the value of English, its nature, its value of its nature, its identity of value, which is also an identity of relationship to itself, which is value, increasingly. And this is the secret story, because the predicate act, this is about organized crime, but the Black Pupils are a counter to that organized crime that was left entrenched here where our founders didn't have free speech. They were also forced to sensibilities in the speech tactical interior than they wanted to, even in letters, even with roles with the counters, because even that was forced to unfold where no one understood, where everyone did it, but they all knew they were going to be in trouble if they didn't force themselves into a forced knave, fake side modern nation role, suit and ties, counters that don't understand too. Oh my God. I don't understand what you just said, but that's true. It is about the predicate act and about the organized crime and the founding.
Little rap guy. So you're saying that Black Jimmy is not really from the Bronx, and then that he's really from Hartford.
Hartford, Connecticut, and Wethersfield, Connecticut, and the neighboring suburbs and cities of Hartford are where George Washington had to come right before the last battle of the Revolutionary War. but he could only semi-account or extort, even with the French general's help, could only semi-account or extort everyone forced into roles to fight to be a new nation. Not a constitutional unabridged nation, still criminally foreign influenced from the entrenched method. Everyone's still having to hide their roles, sticking up the surface of the Constitution and leaving all criminally foreign influenced states and areas, even though it was called colonies.
Oh, come on, little rap
States and
guy.
areas.
That
The
part about
identity
the
of
predicate
ground.
act, about the organized crime is true. But, and we have all this extortion, counter-extortion you play in these games. If it was true about George Washington, we'd all know this.
No, me. The Black Pupils is not about George Washington in American history. The reason we founded the Black Pupils was to counter the same organized crime that was left for our founders to counter. But we have to use correlation natures, simultaneously inherent, active, and progressive means to demonstrate this.
Wait, tell us
You
about
guys
the real Black Jimmy then. This is crazy.
Now, I was a kid from the suburbs who started boxing in about the mid-'90s in Hartford, Connecticut, when I met Black Jimmy as one of the people. You meet all kinds of people. And it's important to understand how Hartford, Connecticut is between New York and Boston as the capital of Connecticut, where George Washington left overt slavery entrenched right before the last battle of the Revolutionary War, even with the French general's help. To correlation, that he didn't want to do that. He was forced to that, and we're supposed to be able to demonstrate that. And who would argue other? It's recorded. Can you stop extrapolating on all the points tied to the story and just stay on the real Black Jimmy then? Okay, so Black Jimmy was a typical higher than middle-aged, forsaken, devalued, identity theft, Black American male. And the reactions to that are things that, like when you have interactions, when we talk about things in life, in other words, I met him the regular ways, talking about things, and how you deal with values like black and white. And, everyone agrees that, it's nuts.
So how did Black Jimmy transition from just being a guy in a gym talking to a white guy, a young white boxer, to be in an organized crime role with him?
Every once in a while, I would try to explain in life to everybody something about correlation. No, in other words, if you have still entrenched criminally foreign influence states and areas, even though they were colonies, whatever, even Jim Crow laws, treatments of the organized crime that was involved with the Civil War, it involved with the interpretation of the value of each of President Lincoln. This is, in other words, and this is where everyone will say, But one day, I said something, and it registered in the mind of Black Jimmy. Understood what I was trying to talk about first, about black pupils and the whites of eyes and what's clear, and how you could tell when courts are lying, and how if we really had free speech and no identity thefts and stuff like that, and we'd be able to demonstrate states and areas criminally foreign influenced, but they're stealing our identities and free speech. And then we started talking about the Predicate Act, and then I was teaching Black Jimmy about how the sciences share an identity, which no one's taught, because they have each of the sciences wrought with physical delusions, criminal foreign influences that our fathers left us to demonstrate. Otherwise, everyone would know this, that we need equality of fact treatment, nature demonstrated when we have states and areas interbranch collusion, forging names, switching names, with physical delusions, intersciences, crime methods, that are bonded, fact-cheating natured liars, styles of liars, motivations for liars. That's what left branches of states and areas criminally forward influence, but not sourced by one, specifically to keep hundreds of nations force shared as nays. Suits and ties encounters that don't understand. Victim predator fact cheating nature values through campuses, criminally foreign influence from off campuses, and then on off it constantly in conjunction with this. A crime method against correlation nature trinity. Well, basically, I proved to Black Jimmy that I could prove that each of the branches were lying. And we set a plan so we could get each age of fact cheating nature at the same time. A whole bunch of little kids and stuff like to catch them lying. And we did that. Well, that's what the 100 gangs was about. But we did it legally. But what they did, that's when we found out how they were offensive, using offensive evidence fabrication rackets, identity theft rackets. Not just the overt, like with color, but these are bonded identity theft crimes in the streams of courts each day, in prisons each day. What do you think? Through campuses each day, everyone's being attached to fake relationships, conversations, fake sequences, ties to others. Per each age of fact-cheating nature raised, each position of fact-cheating nature raised criminally forward influence, specifically for them to need to hide lie progressions. Russia, American fake sides. Psychology crime roles against Russians, Russians against Russians, Americans against missions. Recorded the crime method of them fighting, needed to keep already valued. Interbranch here, there. Areas, lie progression nature, cover-up styles, criminal uses of titles, of identities of titles.
You
That was so funny. You should be a comedian, little rap guy. By the way, you guys, you heartless suckers.
What?
Do you remember when you fake nature-loving, environmental value obfuscating haters I told you that the fallen eagle gave me a blink and a look, and that it wasn't totally dead, and you told me to leave it alone?
Reeves, you're not messing with that dead bird still. You brought that dead bird.
Hey, man, he's not dead, man. I think I just got a reaction from him.
We saw that bird like a half a mile back. Where did you put him?
Man, you thought I was fetching wood. I went and retrieved him. Pretty sure you're gonna catch bird flu, Reeves.
Holy God, Rico, that was you. I didn't even know you were there, Rico. Okay, so going to discuss the black pupils in the woods right before Halloween was not a good idea. Like, your dog it continues to amaze me. It's scary though, little rap guy.
Hey, man, it was you that got us all paranoid, Sep.
You know how when someone tells you something in confidence, like you're not supposed to say something, that tells you a secret. Now you each have told me secrets. And there's one I want to know if I could have a permission to bring it up because it's very important right now. I think it's something that would help us all. Like, do you know what I'm trying to ask you through the species value nature system? I'm trying to make you mentally understand my question.
Oh my God, Sep, I just had a vision, clear as day, of what you're trying to ask mentally through the species value nature system. There's a name, there's a noun, or a person. Yes, it is a person I am trying to ask about. It's a person I think we could ask for help right now. Oh my God, and I see a big sky, a big blue sky, and like karate or something.
Yes, you visualize that, Reeves?
You visualize that? I mean, there's like I vision like a great grand master of the martial arts that we could ask questions to.
Yes, you read my mind, Reeves.
Wow, both of you promised never to say anything about Master Sky to anyone. Oh, Sip, you know about Master Sky too?
Yes, you read my mind, Reeves.
Wow, both of you promised never to say anything about Master Sky to anyone. Oh man, we've got to contact Master Sky through the species value nature system. It's dire.
Please, little rap guy, we're desperate.
Master Sky, Master Sky, Master Sky, Master Sky. Come on, join in, Sip.
Master Sky,
Master Sky, Master Sky. You know, by the way, Master Sky said both of you guys stop contacting him through the species value nature system. Even me, I'm not supposed to. The only reason I did is because of the accident, because of all that involved with the counter-extortion of New York City, Hartford, and the neighboring suburbs and nations.
Master Sky, Master Sky, Master Sky.
And how is Master Sky supposed to help us anyways? Don't get him involved in all this. He's involved in enough already now. Wow, so you can't even contact him for some advice for us, little rap guy.
You're doing it! You're doing it!
Oh, can you hear me calling you through the value nature, through the species value nature system, Master Sky? Can you hear me calling you through the species value nature system?
Yes. I can hear you, little rap guy. Am I glad you called me? Once again, however, you have called again with non-natives present. And you know yourself are not a Native American, are not supposed to be calling. But I just came back from the meeting. For the first time since before colonization, little rap guy, you have united Tribes A7 through Z2. You have united the many tribes, little rap guy, of the Native Americans. Not for, we're still counter-extorted. You got us tangled in this, you guys, which you are right to do, but you got us tangled in your counter-extortion of New York City, of Hartford, and of the neighboring suburbs and nations, little rap guy.
Oh, Master Sky, the one Mr. Armenian, you warned us that his counter-extortion was not well secured. And he is threatening to get the whole thing messed up, Master Sky. You are right. We are having a hard time figuring out how to secure his counter-extortion and to do all the tasks that we must do to stay New York City, Hartford, the neighboring suburbs and nations counter-extorted.
Yes. I know you have failed to secure the counter-extortion of Mr. Armenian, little rap guy. And for he has been showing up at Native American casinos on the East Coast and asking a lot of questions. And he has some of the names of some of the Native Americans you have tangled in this throughout the states. But once again, at least you have united for the first time since before our nation's founding. You have united the many tribes of the Native Americans, little rap guy. And I believe you are right that we should not refer to ourselves as nations, but as tribes.
Well, Master Sky, you should use the fact that it is I who have united the many Native American tribes that have been divided. But through these systems, six since founding, Master Sky, that I should be brought into the Native Americans as an official Native American chief. And if not a chief, at least as official Native American, Master Sky.
I can assure you, little rap guy, with your forging of the unity of the Native Americans for the first time since colonization. I tried very hard to persuade them to make you a Native American official, even a chief, but they will not have it, little rap guy. I should not even, they know, and they appreciate now that we communicate through the species value nature system, and that should be valued.
Of course, I value communicating with you through the species value nature system and all that you have taught me, Master Sky.
Look, I must go now, little rap guy, but we will speak again. And as for regarding the one Mr. Armenian, you know Red Leaf. You coordinate it. Bring Mr. Armenian to the casino and communicate with Red Leaf. He'll know what to do.